We're continuing to hold as engineers discuss and evaluate the status of the master alarm that was sounded in the Discovery's crew module. Again, this is all associated with cabin leak checks that were performed earlier in the count. When the Discovery crew module door was installed and secured for flight, as a matter of routine, the cabin vents and the whole crew cabin is slowly pressurized from its normal sea level pressure of 14.7 pounds per square inch up to a few more pounds per square inch. And as the pressure increases, the environmental control engineer here in the flying room monitors the status of the test. The higher the normal pressure in the crew module causes alarms in the cabin to go off. This serves as a test of the orbiter's caution and warning system. We do have a 2.5-hour launch window today. We expect we will be clearing this problem up very shortly as we continue to hold at the T-minus 9-minute mark. All other systems aboard Discovery are continuing to look very good at this point. Weather looking very good for today's launch. Flight Director Linda Ham in Houston just confirming with the launch team that she also saw the 3 master alarms as expected when the pressure was brought up inside Discovery's crew module. And we expect a discussion to follow soon.
And ISL entity on 212. ISL. Yes, sir, you called? Negative disregard. Okay, thank you.
Test conductors just verifying the flight crew in Houston flight and also the engineers here in the flying room did all see the same data, and it was expected. Again, this is with associated with master alarms that went off when the cabin pressure was brought up during a routine testing.
And at this time, we are go. ECL is go at this time as well.
Okay, I copy that. No constraint to launch. And CISL, JRPS, Houston Flight NTD on 212. Activate ops recorders. CISL. ISL copy. JRPS. JRPS copy. And Houston Flight.
Houston Flight, we'll put it in work.
Copy. And attention all stations. This is the NTD performing the launch status checks. Verify ready to resume count and go for launch. Say go, no go. OTC. Go. TVC. Tank and boosters are go. TTC. Go. LPS. LPS is go. Flight.
Flights go.
Mila. Mila's go. SPM. Go. Safety console. Safety console go. SPE.
SPE is go.
LRD. LRD is go. SRO.
SRO is go. You have range clear to launch.
I copy. And Discovery's go. Very good. And Launch Director NTD, the launch team is ready to proceed.
Okay, I'll perform my poll at this time. Engineering. Engineering Director 212. Safety and Mission Assurance.
Safety and Mission Assurance is go, Ralph.
Payload Processing.
Payloads are go.
Cape Weather.
Roger, sir. We have no constraints to launch. Over.
Ops Manager.
MMT is go for launch.
See Engineering one more time. Engineering Director 212. Go, no go.
Yeah, we are still completing our poll. Attention all stations, this NTD on 212. We will be resuming the count momentarily. Stand by.
We've remained in the built-in hold an additional 8.5 minutes so far.
So, I've completed my poll. We are go.
All right, thank you. CDR Launch Director.
Go ahead, Launch Director.
Kurt, the launch team is go. Your vehicle's ready. The weather's beautiful out there. On behalf of the entire launch team, you and the crew at Discovery have a great mission.
Thank you very much, sir. And Discovery's crew is definitely ready to go, and we would like you to proceed.
NTD, pick up the count.
I copy that, Launch Director. And CISL NTD? CISL? Up to recorder activation complete? Not yet. Okay, and this is no constraint of picking up the hold at 9, is that correct? Negative. Copy that. And attention all stations, countdown clock will resume momentarily. CLS NTD, pick up the count on your mark.
CLS copies. Countdown clock will resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
Now we're now at T-minus 9 minutes and counting. We heard NASA Test Director Doug Lyons conduct a poll of the launch team. Also Ralph Rowe, launch director, conducting a poll of his team. And Don McMonagle also giving the input from the mission management team, also located here in the firing room. All systems are go for the launch of the Shuttle Discovery. Looking for an on-time liftoff. Correction, that would be
CISL, up to recorder activated. And
about a 9-minute delay.
PLT, OTC, configure fuel cells to the essentials. Copy, that's in work.
T-minus 8 minutes and counting to the launch of the Shuttle Discovery.
Copy that.
The orbiter access arm would be retracted away from the shuttle in just a few moments. T-minus 7 minutes, 30 seconds to the launch of STS-95. Orbiter access arm now moving away from the Shuttle Discovery as we get a final glimpse of the cockpit where the 7 astronauts await the launch of STS-95. T-minus 7 minutes and counting. The orbiter's auxiliary power units will be started at the T-minus 5 minute mark. These units provide hydraulic power to the orbiter. The shuttle's 3 main engines will be started at the T-minus 6 second mark. They will come up to full thrust, and right at the T-minus 0 point, we will have the boosters ignite and the shuttle will lift off.
Start recording. Recorders are started.
NTD SRO on 212.
Go ahead, SRO.
Yes, sir. We need to hold the clock at T-minus 5 minutes. We have an aircraft that we can't find.
Okay, I copy that. And TLS NTD, sort of hold at 5, please.
TLS copies and work.
Launch count will hold at the T-minus 5 minute mark. The range safety officer reported an aircraft in the area. We need to locate that aircraft and escort it out of the flight path of the vehicle. Again, we do have a 2.5 hour window today. These momentary holds will not affect anything on board the Shuttle Discovery, and the crew is...
The APU pre-start complete. 3 great talkbacks.
OTC copies. And GLS confirmed that a hold is in place at 5 minutes.
Correct. The countdown clock will hold at T-minus 5 minutes due to NTD hold request.
T-minus 5 minutes and holding.
The countdown clock is holding at T-minus 5 minutes.
Again, the range safety officer monitoring the airspace within the Kennedy Space Center vicinity reported an aircraft in the area.
While the range attempts to resolve their issue, please stand by. An SRO NTD. SRO NTD on 212.
The launch team here will stand by, waiting for the Superintendent of Range Operations, known as SRO, to give the final clear for launch. Again, an aircraft in the area. We will have to hold and wait for that aircraft to move out of the vicinity of Kennedy Space Center so that the Shuttle Discovery can safely lift off and have a clean flight path. The auxiliary power units will not be started until the countdown resumes, and we will start that event as soon as the clock does resume. SRO NTD on 212.
SRO's on 212.
Okay, Okay, can you briefly update me on your situation?
Yes, sir. We have a fouled range at this time. We have unidentified aircraft in the box.
And you're attempting to identify those and clear the box.
That is correct. That is correct, sir. And we have no expected clear time at this time.
Copy. Please keep me advised.
Will do, sir.
CDR NTD on 212.
CDR, go ahead.
As for you and the crew, Kurt, as you've heard, we are in a momentary hold here due to the range, but they are attempting to take care of that condition, and we expect that we will be good to proceed here shortly.
And CDR copies.
NTD SRO on 212.
SRS NTD, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Latest update from FCO is that there are multiple targets, and at this time the radar is saturated. They're working the issue.
Okay, I copy that, and again, please keep us advised.
We can hold at this built-in hold at, we can hold at the T-minus 5 minute mark for a couple of hours if need be, while the Superintendent of Range Operations attempts to help clear the airspace of the aircraft in the area. Launch team here at KSC continuing to maintain at their consoles, remaining in a hold at the T-minus 5 minute mark. Today will mark the 8th time we've had 2 space shuttles on both launch pads at the same time during a launch. The Space Shuttle Endeavour is at launch pad 39A, being prepared for the first space station launch from the United States. Endeavour is carrying the Unity node, which is the first piece of the space station hardware that will be launched into orbit by NASA here at Kennedy Space Center. The first piece of space station hardware will be launched from the Russian launch site in Baikonur. That is scheduled for November 20th. The launch team will continue to remain in this built-in into the hold at the T-minus 5 minute mark. Again, this is an unscheduled hold based on the information from the Superintendent of Range Operations. Receiving information, there are aircraft in the area at Kennedy Space Center. The airspace must be clear before we launch the Shuttle Discovery.
Into the SRO on 212.
Go ahead, SRO.
Yes, sir. Range is clear for launch at this time. You have a go from the range. Recommend pick up the clock at 19:15 Zulu with an OT0 of 19:20 Zulu.
Okay, is that a constraint as far as you're concerned? Or are you ready to pick up at our direction?
We can pick up at your direction, sir,
Okay.
but we prefer 19:15.
Okay, and launch director? Go. Copy that. And range, we're going to pick up the count. Attention all stations, this is the NTD. Countdown clock will pick up momentarily. GLS, pick up the count on your mark.
GLS copies. 3, 2, 1, mark. GLS is go for orbiter APU start.
PLT, OTC, perform APU start. Copy that, in work. CDR, OTC, reconfigure heaters. CDR copies, heater reconfig, in work. NOTC, heater reconfig is complete. Copy.
T-minus 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Pilot Lindsay will report back when the APUs he's seen an indication they have a good start.
OTC, PLT, APU start is complete, 3 in the green. Copy that.
T-minus 4 minutes and counting.
4,
A final purge sequence of the main engines will begin in about 30 seconds. The orbiter flight control systems are being moved through their pre-programmed pattern, and they will be verified they are ready for launch. The 3 main engines are being gimbaled and positioned for launch. All systems are go for launch at this time, just a few minutes away from the 25th voyage of Discovery with a crew of 7.
GLS will hold at T-minus 31 seconds due to a failure indication. Engine pitch is as expected.
And GLS NTD, copy.
Again, this was the issue we described earlier. This is a known condition.
Pressurization.
It's just an indicator that was providing inaccurate data.
Clear caution warning memory, verify no unexpected errors. Copy that, in work.
NTD, CLC, MPS engine 2 pitch, actuator profile, verified nominal, CLC is go for launch.
And CRC is NTD. I copy. Go for launch. STE?
STS go.
It's break NTD SRO on 212.
Go ahead, SRO.
Yes, sir. We will need to hold the clock. Range is no-go. We have a fouled range.
I copy that, and we'll hold at T-minus 31 seconds, and be advised our hold time there is 5 minutes and 18 seconds.
Range understands hold time of 5 minutes, 18 seconds.
OTC PLT, caution warning clear, no expected errors. Stop.
Countdown clock will be holding. The Superintendent of Range Operations announcer is
Remove the hold in association with our engine 2 pitch, and insert a hold at T-minus 31 seconds due to the range.
CLS copies and work.
Flight crew OTC, close and lock your visors, initiate O2. And on this historic mission, let the wings of Discovery lift us onto the future. And CDR copies, we'll close our visors and go to pseudo 2.
Countdown clock will hold at T-minus 31 seconds due to NTD hold request.
Break NTD SRO on 212.
Go ahead, SRO.
Yes, sir. Range is go for launch. The range is clear.
I copy that. Launch Director NTD. Let's go. And GLS, please remove the hold at T-minus 31.
Copy and work.
T-minus 1 minute and counting. All systems are go. All systems have been reported go for launch of Discovery. Less than 1 minute away now from the historic return of John Glenn to space.
I copy and attention all stations. The countdown clock will continue.
CLS is go for auto sequence start.
Discovery's onboard computers now have control of vehicle functions. T-minus 20 seconds. T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9, 8. We have a go for engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery with a crew of 6 astronaut heroes and 1 American legend.
Houston Discovery, roll program.
Roger, roll, Discovery. Discovery Houston, go at throttle up.
Roger, go at throttle up.
One minute and 50 seconds into the flight. Discovery now at an altitude of 25 miles, traveling at a speed of 2,900 miles an hour. The next event will be burnout and separation of Discovery's twin solid rocket boosters.
Discovery Houston, 2-engine Banjul.
Copy, 2-engine Banjul.
Capcom Susan Still informing the crew that in the event of a single engine failure,
Discovery Houston, performance nominal.
Copy. Performance nominal.
Discovery could now reach the transatlantic abort site at Banjul. However, telemetry indicating all three engines continuing to perform well, and Discovery's performance to this point, 2.5 minutes into the flight, has been as expected. Discovery now traveling at a speed of 3,500 miles per hour at an altitude of 43 miles, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 70 miles. All systems are continuing to perform well.
That cloud's going to miss us, isn't it?
3 minutes into the flight, Discovery now traveling at a speed of 3,850 miles per hour, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center at a distance of 86 miles. Just about 5 minutes of powered flight remaining on board. Three minutes and 40 seconds into the flight, Discovery now traveling at a speed of 4,600 miles per hour. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, just about 135 miles. Telemetry indicating that all systems on board are...
Discovery Houston, negative return.
Discovery copies, negative return.
And with that call, Discovery is now too far downrange and has gained too much altitude to return to the Kennedy Space Center in the event of an engine failure.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Discovery copies, press ATO.
And Discovery could now reach orbit on two engines should one fail. However, telemetry continues to indicate that all three main engines are performing at 104% of rated thrust as expected. 4 minutes, 21 seconds into the flight, just about 4 more minutes of powered flight remaining. Discovery traveling at a speed of 5,700 miles per hour, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 200 miles. Five minutes into the mission, 3.5 minutes of powered flight remaining.
Discovery Houston, press to MECO.
Discovery copies, press to MECO.
That call means that Discovery could now reach a safe orbit on two engines should one fail. All three main engines are continuing to perform.
Discovery Houston, single engine ops 3, Banjul.
Discovery copies, single engine ops 3, Banjul.
Discovery now at a speed of 7,600 miles per hour, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 308 miles. All systems on board are continuing to perform well. Just about 3 minutes of powered flight remaining.
Discovery Houston, single engine Banjul 104.
Discovery copies, single engine Banjul 104.
With all three main engines still up and running on board at Discovery, that call was that Discovery could make it to the transatlantic abort site at Banjul in the event that two engines should fail. But all three engines are continuing to perform as expected. Discovery now downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 385 miles, traveling at a speed of 9,100 miles per hour at an altitude of just about 68 miles.
Discovery Houston, single engine press 104.
Discovery copies, single engine press 104.
6 minutes and 40 seconds into the flight, traveling at a speed of 10,700 miles per hour. Discovery could now reach orbit on one engine should two fail. However, all three engines are still performing at 104% of rated thrust. Seven minutes and 10 seconds into the flight, Discovery's engines will soon begin to throttle back to maintain structural limits on the orbiter as it approaches loads near 3 times normal gravity. Discovery now traveling at the rate of 12,000 800 miles per hour, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 630 miles. Seven minutes and 52 seconds into the flight, Discovery is now traveling at a speed of 15,000 miles per hour. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 750 miles. The three main engines have throttled back to maintain structural limits on the orbiter as it reaches its 3G limiting load. And standing by for confirmation of cutoff of the main engines in just about 10 seconds or so.
Discovery Houston, Namanamiko, OMS 1 not required.
Copy, OMS 1 not required.
And main engine cutoff and separation of the external tank confirmed by the booster officer here in Mission Control. 8 minutes and 53 seconds into the flight, the crew of Discovery in orbit. John Glenn in orbit for the second time in his life, currently at an altitude of just about 72 miles.
Discovery Houston, we estimate ET sunset of 22 minutes. Discovery Houston will be sending up OMS 2 targets with the updated HT.
Okay, we copy. You're going to send up the updated HT.
Discovery Houston, on the completion of MPS dump, you have a go for the ET photo maneuver.
And this is Mission Control Houston. 11 minutes and 16 seconds into the flight, the crew of Discovery is in orbit following a liftoff at 1:20 p.m. Central Time, following two brief delays, one to clear aircraft out of the area of the launch site, another to work a minor technical issue. But the crew now on orbit, and they will begin very shortly to climb out of their seats and prepare for 9 very busy days on orbit. An uneventful climb to orbit today for the 7-member crew of Discovery.